All right, friends, we're going to wrap up this topic of beauty without makeup today. And I'm going to explain to you why this is so important, why I keep talking about this. Because if this isn't just about you feeling good about yourself, this isn't just about your confidence, although that's very important. This isn't just about like how you feel or feeling good about yourself or whatever, being able to go places without makeup. There's a bigger purpose behind this, and I'm going to explain it to you in this video today. So I have a few other things I want to say, just kind of some extra things that I want to add in that maybe didn't like have enough to talk about like in a whole video on its own, but some other really important points about us being able to feel beautiful in our own skin without makeup on. Okay. One is that I really believe that flaws are attractive. I really do. I'm not one of those people that's like obsessed with visual perfection. I love character in people. I think that flaws make us approachable. I think that it's like, I know for a fact that a lot of people who are what we would consider like perfect looking people feel very isolated because they feel like people tend to look at perfect people and see them as kind of unapproachable and intimidating. And I think that flaws make us approachable. I think that they make us feel just like real and human. And I also think they're just beautiful to look at. So that's my other point, is I think they give us like character and richness. It reminds me of looking at old homes, like fixing up an old like 1800s farmhouse versus a new build. Like I feel like there's so much character in those old homes, and when you take them and you rehab them, you have this like home that's beautiful but has so much like just old detail and things that kind of tell stories about it. So I love the character in imperfection. And then kind of what I just alluded to is I think that our flaws, I think they tell the stories of our lives. I actually love smile lines on people, both eye lines, crow's feet, and here. Love them. I also love forehead lines. I love lines on people because I feel like they tell the story of a life well lived. Like I feel like they tell the story of someone who's laughed and smiled and enjoyed life and loved and is just so full as a human. And I feel like our imperfections need to be celebrated as things that give us so much uniqueness and character and beauty through the stories that they tell. I saw a picture online the other day of like a really old man who had like just real droopy eyes and just a really unique face, a really big nose. And I think he was probably like from another country or something. But I just remember looking at his face and thinking, wow, like what a beautiful face. Like it wasn't what we would think of as a typically beautiful face, as like a magazine model perfect, but he was so beautiful because he was just so unique and so interesting to look at. And I think that when we allow ourselves to swap that idea of perfection being beauty to like uniqueness and character being beauty, and even flaws being beautiful, it enables us to really kind of shed this idea of feeling like we need makeup to be beautiful and celebrated and appreciated, because it really just goes down deeper than just skin level. Okay, another point that I have is, and I really want you to think about this when I say this, makeup can only enhance what's already there. Like you can't put lipstick on a pig and turn it into a supermodel. Like you have to have like, in order for makeup to make someone look pretty, in order for makeup to make someone look pretty, there have to be pretty features there to enhance. Okay. I mean, unless you're one of those rare people that's doing like so many layers of makeup that it literally becomes like costume makeup, which is the very rare percentage of people, like makeup has to have something underneath it to enhance. Okay. Like mascara is just going to widen your already big eyes. Eyeliner is just going to define your already pretty eyes. Eyebrow pencil is only going to define the eyebrows that are already there. Like lipstick is just going to show off the lips that are already there, right? Really, makeup just kind of like makes things look bigger and enhances them and just like draws more attention to them, but they're already there for the makeup to make them look pretty. And with that said, that is one thing I really like about makeup, I think, is if you struggle with seeing that you're beautiful, put some makeup on so that you can actually see how pretty you are. Put the makeup on with the intention of helping yourself to see the features that you weren't seeing before, because you're popping them out, you're pulling them out of your face. Make sense? Okay. Another thing that I want to say is, if you're stuck on your flaws, like if we've talked about all this stuff and you are just not able to get past this stuff, it's often because we're making our flaws mean something about ourselves. So we often judge our physical flaws as representations of character flaws that we are judging in ourselves. It doesn't mean they're real, it just means they're self-judgments, okay? A really common one is when people have gained weight, they will judge their weight gain as meaning something about them, like they're undisciplined or lazy or whatever, right? They're addicted to food, whatever that means, right? They'll attach something bigger to that problem, and then it gets harder for us to love that part of ourselves or grab hold of some of these simple thoughts because there's some deeper judgments that are happening. Another one could be like your frown lines to you could represent all the stress in your life and maybe depression that you're experiencing. Another thing where we're kind of attaching a deeper meaning to a physical trait. So in those cases, what you really want to do is sit down and identify, do some deep digging, do some journaling, do a brain dump where you just kind of just write down anything that comes to your mind, but do something to help yourself discover what it is that's underneath the surface that you're judging that trait for. And then find a way to be really kind to yourself about that thing. Love yourself in that area, get some work working through that, whatever it takes. But sometimes getting breakthrough in this area requires digging to like that deeper root judgment on yourself. Okay, so why have I spent so much time talking about this? I've been doing posts and videos for a solid week about seeing that you're beautiful without makeup, okay? I know that seems like a lot of content for this one topic, but here's the reason why. How you feel about yourself physically is impacting how much you are showing up in every area of your life, okay? If you feel horrible about yourself physically, it is going to cause you to hide in shame in all of the areas of your life where you need to be shining. Okay? I really want you to ask yourself, what is it costing you because you are holding on to these beliefs about yourself that you are ugly and imperfect and too flawed to be attractive? What is it costing you? Are you not going out and finding the love of your life? Are you not building your business? Are you not putting yourself out there for promotions? What is the thing that it's costing you because you are staying in this shame and belief that you are not beautiful? Okay, this is why I spent so much time on this, because your beliefs about yourself physically 100% tie into how much you are showing up boldly and beautifully and proudly in your life. Okay. After everything we've talked about this week, I really want you, if this is something you struggle with, even a little bit, to sit down and work through the questions that I put at the end of each of my posts. Really sit down and write them out. Get out some paper and write out your answers to those questions. And the deeper you will think about those answers, the more revelation you're going to get and the more breakthrough you're going to have. And after all that, if there's still some things that you feel hung up on, then there could be some deeper underlying beliefs that are keeping you from being able to see your beauty. When that's the case, we usually have some opposing beliefs, some lies that are getting in the way. And those are things that can sometimes be handed to us from childhood, things that were maybe pushed on us in our adult life through abuse situations, thoughts that I'm ugly, no one's ever gonna love me, I'm unattractive, I'm not feminine enough. All those kinds of thoughts sometimes can block us from being able to receive and believe the belief that we really are the opposite, that we're beautiful and attractive and all of those things, okay? If that's the case, I really want to encourage you to reach out to me, because this is what I specialize in. This is something I have worked myself through and countless other women through who are now in relationships, going after their dreams, feeling confident and beautiful. And so it is time, if this is you, it's time to reach out and work with me, and let's tackle this together so that you can really see how incredibly beautiful you are and step boldly into everything you want in your life. All right, I hope this helped you guys. Let me know what you think if you have any questions, and I'm always open if you ever have any topics you want me to cover. I would love to address those for you. Have a great week.